Hey everyone, Rosemarie Havsom back again to tell you how you can take full control of your life by what you choose to put at the end of your fork. So let's get into it. Today we're going to talk about holiday seasons and what to look out for so that you can make the best choices so that you're not reaping the negative benefits, if there's such a thing, when the holidays are all over. So let's get into it. The first thing that you need to watch out for is how much sugar you're eating. Now, a lot of us, we don't even pay attention to how much sugar we're eating because it's in everything. So candied yams and sweet potato pie. And for those of us north of the border, delicious. But the pumpkin pie, I know, don't come at me. But pumpkin pie is actually quite good if you give it a chance. Anyways, there's sugar in everything. When you look at all of the ingredients, and even in a lot of our condiments as well, there's a lot of sugar in it too. So we really need to be mindful about what it is that we're eating because a lot of the sugar that's being added is very detrimental to our health. It's making our blood pressure high. It's raising our cholesterol. It's actually spiking and our insulin levels and causing things like type 2 diabetes and causing weight gain. So how do you look out for sugar when it's everywhere? Well, if you're making your own, that's probably the best way to control what you're eating and how much sugar. Now, I'm not saying that you can't eat anything this holiday season because that just wouldn't be realistic. So let's not even pretend. What you can do is swap out some of the sweets for delicious fruits as well. If you need to make sure that in order not to overindulge, you can do something just quite simple, like making sure that you've eaten before you go out to that holiday party or that family get together. Eat something so that you're not hungry, even if it's just a little bit of a snack before you go. So when you go, you're not ravenous and you're not going to destroy everything on the table. The other thing to think about is you can make some really nice substitutions if you're making your own desserts or making your own food. And that is, you can substitute things like real maple syrup, not the Aunt Jemima stuff, but real maple syrup instead of sugar. And you can also swap out sugar for agave nectar. That's actually a really good quality sugar substitute, which is not something that's artificial. Another thing that you can do is use something like monk fruit. So if you use monk fruit is actually a really natural sugar substitute that's available in some of the better grocery stores. It is something, it's from an actual fruit, so it does taste sweet, but it doesn't have the same kind of cloying sweetness like what a lot of sugar can do to you. So you check that out. And it has a lower glycemic index, so it's not going to spike your blood sugar that quickly at the way that table sugar would. So those are just a few of the substitutions. You also use honey as well as a sugar substitute. And these natural sugar substitutes are a lot better than the artificial ones like aspartame. As a matter of fact, aspartame is now being looked at as being a carcinogen, a cancer causing element. So there may be some lawsuits coming down the road in regards to aspartame or it being recalled by the CDC. Very interesting about that. But the other thing too is that you want to be wary of some of these artificial sweeteners like erythritol and those other and sorbitol and those or other types of artificial sweeteners because they can have a negative effect on your gut and can cause some digestive distress. So you want to use that with caution. If you can use natural, that's a lot better than artificial. So I would go with that. The other thing to think about too is when it comes to sugar is that a little goes a long way. Make sure that you're eating fiber. If you're feeling full and you're eating fibrous food like dark green leafy vegetables, which are really, really protective when it comes to keeping your immune system strong. Dark green leafy vegetables fill you up as well. So your broccoli, kale, cabbage, those kinds of foods keep you filled and they also give you some excellent immune boosting favors as well. The other thing to make sure of so that you don't overindulge with sugary foods is to make sure that you're eating protein. A lean protein of your choice, preferably something that is not fatty, something that is not low quality, something that's not processed. So your chicken, your egg, your fish, your beef, that kind of thing, it's really important too. If you have a lean source of that protein, that will keep you feeling satisfied longer than just eating carbohydrates. And speaking of carbohydrates, you want to make sure that you're not eating simple carbohydrates. I know this is the season for cookies and cakes and all of those things, but if you can try to not indulge in simple carbohydrates, but have complex carbohydrates. So instead of, for example, white potatoes, have some sweet potatoes instead. They'll go a lot further. You get that beta carotene from that beautiful, rich orange color and your vitamin A as well, which is an antioxidant. So you can't go wrong with things like sweet potatoes. The thing that where you can go wrong actually with sweet potatoes is putting sugar on it. The only thing you need to add to a baked sweet potato is some beautiful cinnamon and maybe just a tip of maple syrup and maybe a little bit of butter. Yes, butter. We want you to eat real food, not artificial food, not margarine or margarine, as our friends call it, south of the border. We want to make sure that you're eating real food so that your body can digest it and make it help you function better. So the danger with sweet potatoes or anything like that is where we just add too much sugar. I mean, how many times have you been to a family event or a social event where there's sweet potato pie or there's baked sweet potatoes, but it has on sugar on top of sugar. It's got brown sugar. It's got marshmallows. It's got syrup of some kind. It's just too much. Instead of all of that sugar, look at how the vegetable itself is sweet. It's sweet, it's naturally sweet. And with that beautiful beta carotene, which is an antioxidant, which helps keep you looking young and revitalized, it's good to eat that. The thing to keep in mind though, instead of all of the sugar, add just a little bit of maple syrup and add, be very generous when it comes to cinnamon because cinnamon also helps to lower your blood sugar levels as well. A nice little tip to keep in mind. So this season, you're going to make better choices because now you know that you have choices that you can make that will benefit you and those that you love. Don't let the season be the reason that you fall off the wagon when it comes to taking full control of your health because you can still eat well and enjoy your food and have it do something positive for your body instead of raising your blood pressure and cholesterol and raising the number on the scale and making your type 2 diabetes even worse. Let's have a great holiday season this season, but let's eat well as well. I'm Rosemarie Havsom. Comment below. What are some of the things that you have found that help you to not overindulge when it comes to Christmas time and other holidays in the year? Let me know. Comment below. And please remember to subscribe, share, comment, and come back again next time. I'm Rosemarie Havsom. Have a great one to your good health. See ya.